What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you had a great day so far today. Hope you all had a great weekend. Getting into this episode of GH, I enjoyed this episode for the most part. A lot of good stuff happening. Um, that I like personally. Um, it was good to see Laura and Martin again after a brief hiatus. I love that little safe house that they got him in. It's like a two-story house. That house is nice. I really like that. They need to use that for a set in Port Charles because that shit really is nice. I love that they was up in there playing video games and stuff because that's what I would be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be up in there having a good old time, and I'm glad that that's what they were doing. The FBI, the agents thought that somebody got into the house or whatever and was about to kill them or whatnot. I'm like, nope, they just up in there probably playing some GTA or something, some Crash Bandicoot or something. That was fun. Um, I love that Martin and Laura during this time have really gotten to know each other. You know what I'm saying? Because she has a sibling now that she likes or whatever that they can talk and get along. So that's good. More family the better. And Martin was happy that he got this time with her because they really gotten to know each other. He's happy about that. Um, of course, the FBI agents bring them the daily newspapers and stuff, and then Laura found out that Victor Cassadine was alive. Once she heard Victor was alive, she was ready to pack her bags and go back home. She didn't give a damn if Cyrus was still a threat or whatever. She did not care. She was like, listen, I need to get back home. Because she was like, Victor is just as dangerous as Cyrus, which is true. He is. He's dangerous. But if I was Laura, I'm glad that Martin told her, sit down, you're not going nowhere. I'm glad he told her that because as much as I want her back in Port Charles, it ain't worth risking your safety. It's not. And I understand, why she needs to get back because she's worried that Victor might try to do something to, Nicholas or whoever. But she got to remember something. Nicholas is a grown man. And if only she knew that Nicholas is the catalyst for Victor even being around. Because I'm pretty sure she's not going to be happy when she finds out that little tidbit. Um, it's just going to be another long list, a long list of things that Nicholas has done that she will not be pleased with. Um, but I agree she need to lay low because Cyrus is still an issue right now, and he's proven to be just as dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because now this little housekeeper or whatever pops up at the door. Mind you, the housekeeper that showed up is apparently not the same housekeeper that they normally have. That's a red flag right there. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody new coming up? No, 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 no. So she got back in her car and called somebody on the phone talking about, oh, the agent swallowed up her story or whatever. I say, yep, she probably working for Cyrus more than likely. Because Cyrus, I'm pretty sure, has been spending a lot of money trying to find Martin and Laura. I'm like, yeah, Laura need to chill out. Right now is not the time for you to be going back to Port Charles. You need to stay put because something fishy going on and Cyrus may have found your location. So you might want to just stay put right now because that man is crazy. Um, I did love her and Martin playing Gin Rummy. I like that. That looked fun. I never played Gin Rummy before. I've always seen people play it. I've never personally played it, so I think I might have to play that one day. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. So Drew was getting all caught up at the mansion about what was going on between Chase and BLQ and the baby situation. And of course, Willow and Michael are back from the city because they spent Thanksgiving in the city, so now they finally back. And they walked through the door all shocked to see Drew. I was like, okay, why are y'all so surprised? This is Port Charles. Aren't y'all like used to people coming back from the dead by now? I was like, Michael, pick your mouth up. Pick your lip up off the floor. You don't need to be. I can't believe it. Believe it. You live in that town where zombies come back to life, so just hug the man and say hello. Like I don't know why you acting so shocked. It's like for what? So Drew had to tell him about Jason and stuff like that. I'm not surprised. Michael is just like Carly. They not believing that Jason, died in that tunnel. They don't believe that because they feel like Jason is a cyborg or whatever. Like he's superhuman. He could survive anything. Um, and it's true because Jason definitely survives most things that any normal human being couldn't possibly survive. So of course, Michael wants to hold out hope that Jason is, still alive. Willow got the shock of her life when she heard that Chase was the father of Bailey. And she was like, "Since when are you the father?" He says, "Since always." um, and BLQ had to break it down or whatever and let her know that they just friends and they just co-parenting. And Willow was like, just like me and Michael was doing. Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Um, Willow and Michael need to figure out their relationship because I don't know what they plan on doing. Because even Drew was asking that question about them being married or whatever. And Michael basically was like, that shit is complicated right now. I'm like, of course. I don't know. They need to find something to do with them. I need more interest with Willow and Michael. Like they need to find something, and I think they did today. Actually, I'm not even gonna say that. I think they did find something more interesting for Willow to do, and I'm gonna get on that in a minute. So anyway, moving on from that, I'm so freaking happy that Drew is gonna join in on this whole thing, even though he vowed to find baby Louise and reunite her with Maxie. It was so hilarious because I'm just looking at the TV like, sir, you're holding the missing child right now. I was like, you're holding the kid right now, son. You are holding her. No need to look. You found her. Um, but I think him joining in the storyline is going to be quite interesting, to say the least. I love the Brit and Sonny conversation. I'm not even going to lie. I was enjoying the two of them. Because you know what? I know some people, I've been reading about it on Twitter. Some people saying, oh, the writers are writing Sonny out of character. They're writing Brit out of character. I don't think that they're writing them out of character. I feel like they're evolving those characters because everybody evolves over time. Like all of us do. All of us do. I'm not the same type of person I was 5 years ago. I don't think the same way I did 5 years ago. I don't act the same way I did 5 years ago, 10 years ago for that matter. I don't. It's called elevating yourself. You evolve. You know what I'm saying? We all do. We all change over time, but we don't lose our edge. And that's what I'm hoping for Sonny and Britt. You know, I want them to evolve as people, as characters, but I also want them to keep that edge that we know. You know what I'm saying? That we love. Because we love when Sonny goes into mom mode. I know I do. Because you get a different version of him. Britt, I like when she's all bitchy sometimes. It depends on who she's dealing with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like it. And I love the conversation that they were having. Talking about Jason and life and how, they changed and stuff like that. Because even Britt said it. She was like, oh, I'm less bitchy. Because she was shocked that Sonny was, comforting her and stuff like that. Because she was like, that's so out of, the norm for him. And even he admitted it. He was like, yeah, since I've been back, some people said I changed and stuff. I said, you sure the hell did. And I like it, me personally. He ain't got to be all rough and tough every day. You got to have some warmth to you, some comfort to you, bedside manner. Um, you got to change a little bit. It's just, that's what it is. Sometimes you have to, you know. You can't be tough as nails all the time. What I want to know is, since everybody running around telling folk that Jason is dead, and this is a big question I just want to know, where does Elizabeth factor into all of this? Because I'm noticing every day that somebody new is finding out Jason is dead. The only person I have not seen being told is Miss Elizabeth Imogene Weber, formerly Baldwin. Why is no one telling her that her baby daddy is gone? I would like to see her being told. I would like to see her reaction to this. Her and Jason were important to each other at one point or another. They still cared about each other. She's the mother of his firstborn child. I would think somebody would ring, ring, ring. Yeah, I need to tell you something. Damn, we ain't getting no scene of that. How all these other people get to know, but she don't get to know? I hope they don't do that bullshit where they tell her off screen, because I'm like, no. If you're going to tell her off screen, then you could have told Carly or somebody ass off screen. How we get to see everybody's reaction to this except hers? I'm not feeling that. Yeah, I need to tell her ASAP, and I want to see it on my screen, her knowing about it, and I want to see her reaction to it. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to see. I'm tired of this. Y'all not going to keep excluding Elizabeth. I listen, me and Elizabeth's relationship, me and that character's, my feelings towards that character have come a long way. I have my days sometimes where I can't stand Elizabeth, but I have grown more tolerant of her and more liking of her lately, especially when she was with Franco. I liked her a lot more. She changed over the times, over the years and stuff. She became a little different. Because that shit that she was pulling years ago, I was not here for it at all. That bullshit she was pulling. where she faked mental breakdowns and shit. I was not feeling that. I couldn't stand her during that time. I really could not. But you know what? She grew on me like a wart. She grew. So anyway, moving on from that. All hell was about to break loose with Carly and Nina. Like all hell. When Peter was taunting Nina and stuff about her and Sonny and what happened to Nixon Falls, Carly just walked up. And when he was taunting Carly about Jason, I love when Carly slapped the shit out of him. I said, that's what I'm talking about, Carly. Carly slapped the piss out of that man. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. And once the guards got him out of there, Carly wasn't done with Nina. She was like, so you want to tell me what the hell was that about? What else were you doing in Nixon Falls that I don't know nothing about? And she tried to cover it up, talking about some old Peter's a liar. He's manipulative. No trick. Don't sit here and lie now. Don't backpedal. Tell her what happened. Let's go. Put all the cards on the table and let her know. Let her know what happened. And she trying to sit there and talk about, oh, he was blackmailing me. And Carly wasn't buying that shit. I think she believed the whole blackmail thing, but she was like, no, it's more to it than what you're saying to me. Carly was not here for that shit. I love it. Carly was not believing nothing coming out her mouth. She was like, no, it's way more than what you're trying to tell me right now. She said, go on ahead and tell me. She kept demanding her to tell her. And of course, Sonny come popping up from around the corner looking like, oh shit. Sonny had that look on his face like, yeah, Sonny, your ass in trouble. You in trouble. You are in trouble. Sonny was sitting there trying to roll his little eyes. I say, nope, bring your little ass back over here because you in this too. Come on, let's go. Don't try to diffuse the situation. You need to go on ahead and tell your wife. Let's go. Time is of the essence. Don't even try to weasel your ass up out of this. Bring it. Cause Sonny had that look on his face like he was ready to turn around and walk away. I was like, nope, 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 nope. Bring it. Don't stand there. Stand here. Let's go. Carly was so over it at this point, and she was pissed at Sonny for even trying to defend Nina. Because Sonny was like, no, we're not doing this right now. Let it go. Or whatever. Trying to tell her that she overreacted. I do agree on that part. Carly was jumping the gun a little bit when she tried to accuse Nina, talking about, oh, you're at fault for Jason's death. Don't go that far, Carly. Let's not go there. I mean, I understand where she's coming from because she feels like when Peter popped up in Nixon Falls, Nina should have called 911, but instead she called Obrecht. And that's what was pissing Carly off because she said instead of calling the police, you call your aunt. That doesn't make, that wasn't making sense to Carly. So she knew it had to be something because she was wondering what Peter had on her. Because you decided to call your aunt instead of the police, and she feels like had she called the cops, Peter ass would have been arrested. Therefore, Jason would have never had to go to Greece. Therefore, Jason would still be here. I get where she's coming from on that. She feel like it's a domino effect. Had you did X, Y, and Z, this wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? So I get where she's coming from, but I felt like she was overreacting just a tad. It was like, no, don't bring Jason up in this. So, of course, Nina left or whatever. And Carly wasn't done with Sonny ass because she was so sick of him defending that girl. She was so sick of it. She was tired of it. And Sonny told me, oh, I'm not defending her or whatever. Sonny and Carly are headed for divorce. That's what I feel like is about to happen. Even based off this argument they had today. Because she felt like she wasn't overreacting. Carly felt like she reacted to Jason's death the same way she reacted to Sonny's death. And Sonny was like, yeah, your husband. When he said that shit, I was like, uh-oh. Some shit is about to go down. I said, because when he said, yeah, your husband, Carly was like, what the hell that's supposed to mean? And he was saved by the text message because Nina sitting here texting him talking about meet me in the chapel. Sir, Sonny could not get away from Carly fast enough because he was not trying to go there with her. And we all knew if he ignored Nina's text and they would have stayed there arguing, Carly was over it. She just stormed away at that point. She just stormed off. She was done. She was done. Michael and Willow popped up at the hospital, whatever, and Michael bumped into Carly. They started talking about Jason and whatnot. So Sonny goes in the chapel. He pretty much telling Nina like, yeah, you can't be texting me and all this. Sir, you could have told her that through the text. You did not have to physically see her to tell her that she should not be texting you. Sonny wants to see her. That's how I take it. He want to see her because there's plenty of ways you could have told her, do not text you, don't email you, don't fax you, don't nothing. You did not have to see her face to face for this. You did not. Sonny, he need to go ahead and admit it. He want her. So basically, she was telling him about Peter's threats and stuff, and that Peter was damn near about to tell Carly what happened between them in Nixon Falls. So Sonny was like, you know what, I'm gonna take care of this because this is bad timing right now. He gonna try to talk to Peter or whatever and take care of this. The only way to shut Peter up is killing him, because he gonna tell. He ain't got nothing to lose at this point. He gonna tell. Not unless you make him some type of generous offer, which I'm pretty sure Sonny's not gonna do. Um, and Nina sitting there. Mind you, Willow was outside the room. Willow's outside the chapel listening in on their conversation. Sonny doesn't know that she's out there. Um, Nina was sitting there talking about something. She doesn't regret their time in Nixon Falls. She don't regret falling in love with him. I said, oh shit. And Willow sitting right there listening. I was like, damn. I have a feeling that Willow's not gonna tell Michael this. I don't think she will. I don't think Willow gonna say anything. I think Willow gonna keep this little tidbit to herself. Cause we all know if Willow was to tell Michael about this, it would create massive drama. She's not. We all know Willow ain't about drama, so she's not gonna say nothing. And I got a feeling when the truth does come out, and Michael finds out Willow knew about this, it's gonna cause conflict between them. Cause I got a feeling Michael gonna be pissed. Sonny sitting there telling Nina, oh, whenever the truth comes out, like whenever this comes out or whatever, I want to be the one to tell Carly. How about you tell her now? You got ample time to tell her this. Ample time. And all he gonna probably do is come up with excuses talking about, well, every time I wanted to tell you, you didn't want to tell her. He don't want to tell her. He don't want to tell her shit because you would have been did it when you came home. He had numerous opportunities to tell her. So when the shit goes south, which it will, it's on Sonny at this point because he had plenty of opportunity to tell her. So the truth is getting ready to come out at this point. Um, it's gonna be a wrap for that marriage. It's gonna be a wrap. So anyway, moving on from that, Ava was bugging. Ava came up in there because she told me she don't know where her car keys are. So Nicholas hands her his car keys. Mind you, these car keys are to a nice Porsche. And Ava, walked out the room, and Victor comes up in there, and that's when Ava walked back in talking about, oh, I found my keys, and I guess she was gonna give Nicholas back his keys to the Porsche or whatever. I was like, Ava, you crazy as hell if you hand back them Porsche keys. Fuck that. I would have took the Porsche. I would have been like, zoos. I would have took that Porsche. I would have been whipping it around the town of Port Charles. You must be crazy as hell. Um, so of course, Ava not going nowhere now that Victor there. Now that Victor's there, she was like, nope, I'm sitting in on this conversation. And Nicholas had no problem with that because at first Nicholas was trying to get her to leave, but she was like, no, I'm not going nowhere. So Nicholas ain't even about to fight her in that. He was like, you know what, all right, whatever, you can stay. So Victor keeps on alluding that there's like a problem, a threat coming their way, or that they need to all stick together. He keeps alluding to this, and I'm like, what threat? Like, what the hell is he talking about? Who's coming after them? Because he talking about in the next few weeks or the next few months. I'm like, what? So basically, they start talking about the Hayden Naomi situation, and Victor was like, don't ask questions that you don't want answers to. Basically, he took care of the situation. My guess is he has something to do with Naomi's death and Hayden's disappearance, since nobody can find her. So, that's why he was trying to tell Nicholas, like, you don't want to know. And he basically threatened Nicholas with the fact that, if I go down or if I start running my lips, we all go down. You know what I mean? So Nicholas at this point needs to come up with a way to silence Victor. Ava was pretty much telling Nicholas, like, we need to wait. Like, we don't need to make a move against him because Nicholas wants to send Victor on his way, send him packing. And Ava was like, hell no. We need to sit and wait, see what happens next, and go from there. And I do agree with that one because one slip up of Victor's tongue, and it's a wrap for you. Nicholas is going to go down. But he got a problem on his hands because we don't know what threat Victor's talking about. And then on top of that, he got to worry about this Hayden shit coming back at him. He got a lot that he's dealing with, especially trying to get Spencer back. Nicholas' plate is full at this point, and he needs to, be careful about what his next move is going to be. Because whenever you make a move, you got to make sure your next move is your best move. Because if not, you're done. So at this point, Nicholas better be very careful because, like Ava said, if they're not careful about all this, Victor is gonna drag them to hell right along with him, and that's the truth. Like you better be very careful. So anyway, that's pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you guys thought about it, and I will see you all later. Have a great day. Peace.